What is time?
Have you ever wished you could go back in time and see things for yourself? What if we told you that some pictures might give you a sneak peek at that fact? Prepare to be amazed as we look at 15 fascinating pictures that will make you think about everything you thought you knew about time. Photo 15. The 1941 Hipster. The well-known picture taken during the 1941 reopening of the South Fork Bridge shows a throng of people sporting classic 1940s clothing. Still, one person jumps out as strangely modern. Often referred to as the 1941 hipster, this man is sporting what looks to be a graphic t-shirt, sunglasses, and a knitted sweater, all of which seem out of place given the era. His look has spurred lots of ideas and arguments. Some claim the man is a time traveler based on his too advanced clothing and accessories for the age. Particularly the sunglasses, they look to be 21st century trends, and his t-shirt has an odd modern design. Critics counter that the man might have belonged to a subculture or that the picture might have been altered or misread. According to one view, the man was only sporting goods that were rare but accessible during that era, like graphic prints and wraparound sunglasses, which would have been considered cutting-edge fashion at the time. Others contend that our modern lens could have digitally changed or misconstrued the picture. Notwithstanding the controversy, this picture keeps the enigma alive and fascinates believers in time travel as well as critics. Photo 14. The Woman with a Cell Phone in 1938. A 1938 movie footage shows a woman apparently clutching a gadget remarkably similar to a contemporary cell phone. She is shown in the scenario strolling down the street, apparently in a discussion, while carrying this enigmatic device to her ear. This antiquated look has inspired rumors about the woman perhaps being a time traveler, unintentionally recorded on tape. From a prototype communication tool to a hearing aid, theories on the object span. Critics, on the other hand, propose more ordinary reasons, such the likelihood that it was an early portable radio, or just a case of misreading. Notwithstanding these ideas, the picture is a fascinating and mysterious relic that fuels continuous discussion on its meaning and the opportunities of time travel. Those who find the concept of time travel leaving behind faint traces, even in old film reels, continue to be captivated by this enigmatic picture. Whether it's a real time traveler or a misinterpreted piece of history, The Woman with the Cell Phone in 1938 questions our ideas of the past and keeps the discussion over time travel vibrant. Photo 13. The Time-Traveling Monk. The enigmatic picture known as the Time-Traveling Monk has enthralled the globe. Believed to be from the early Middle Ages, the artwork shows a calm monk seated in a peaceful environment surrounded by the classic monastic symbols, scrolls, candles, and old books. But the object the monk is carrying, a gadget very like a contemporary smartphone, has generated strong discussion. There are several theories behind this anachronistic accuracy. Some say the image shows indications of time travel, and speculate the monk might have come into touch with future technologies in some way. Others think it might be a deftly placed modern addition, a whimsical anachronism meant to inspire contemplation on the junction of past and present. Given the monk's function as a spiritual counselor, academics also investigate the idea of a symbolic interpretation whereby the device can stand for heavenly communication or wisdom. This view fits the historical background, in which medieval monks were sometimes considered as custodians of knowledge, therefore linking the earthly and the holy. Art historians' arguments regarding the painting's legitimacy fuels ongoing controversy. While some claim it is authentic with the device being a misidentified object from the time, others contend it may be a recent fake meant to look antique. Still an enigmatic work of art with unknown meaning. The time-traveling monk, whether it's a sophisticated deception, a prophetic vision, or just a misinterpreted relic, the painting questions our knowledge of history and the limits separating the past from the present. Photo 12. The 1800s Astronaut. Since its release, the picture sometimes known as the 1800s Astronaut has generated interest and controversy. Said to be from the late 19th century, the picture shows a person standing in a classic Victorian scene. But what really sticks out is the figure's clothing, something somewhat like a modern astronaut suit, with a helmet and what looks to be a breathing device. Within the 1800s, this clothing is confusing. Though early electricity and steam power were innovations during the period, the idea of spaceflight remained fiction. Among the period's top hats, corsets, and petticoats, the figure's outfit, with its sleek lines and metallic elements, looks starkly out of place. Different ideas about the picture have resulted in several theories. Some aficionados claim the picture is evidence of extraterrestrial visits, or even proof of time travel. Their argument is that the figure's costume is too advanced for the technologies of the day to be justified. More dubious voices, meantime, have provided possible refutations. Though rare, others think the astronaut might be sporting a deep-sea diving outfit, which in crude form was used in the 1800s. Others speculate the picture could be a recent fabrication, having the astronaut figure put into a historical setting using digital editing. Another option is that the picture is from an early science fiction or theatrical play, when clothes were created to picture futuristic explorers. This would fit the era's obsession with other speculative fiction, including Jules Verne's writings. Whichever its source, the 1800s astronaut is still an intriguing relic, a visual mystery that keeps blurring the boundaries between science fiction, history, and the possible. Whether real life or a cleverly created fiction, it questions our sense of what may have been. Photo 11. The Swiss watch in a sealed tomb. The finding of a contemporary Swiss watch within a sealed historical tomb has confounded historians and archaeologists. The tomb was discovered during a routine excavation in a distant area. It is thought to have been abandoned for centuries. One item that defied explanation was found among the artifacts from the past, which included jewelry, mummified remains, and antique pottery. A tiny, elaborately crafted timepiece with the words Switzerland etched on its back. The enigma of this watch's existence in a tomb that was sealed long before such technology existed has aroused curiosity all across the world. The significance of archaeology is enormous because it raises important questions about our perceptions of history, time, and the development of human civilization. How did a contemporary relic make its way inside a millennium-old, undisturbed burial chamber? There are many different, frequently ludicrous theories about the Swiss watch. Some speculate that it might be proof of time travel, with the watch having been unintentionally left behind by a future visitor. Some speculate that it could be a case of contamination or fake, where the tomb was opened at some point in modern times and the watch was inadvertently or purposefully placed inside before being sealed back up. More commonplace answers, such the potential for a mislabeled or misinterpreted artifact, are put out by skeptics. They contend that the watch might be a well-executed fake meant to make headlines, or it might be an incorrectly classified antique artifact that only looks like a contemporary watch. The enigma of the Swiss watch inside the sealed tomb has not been resolved despite much research and discussion. It still holds people's attention, raising issues regarding history, time, and the possibility of inconsistencies in our perception of the past. Photo 10. The Charlie Chaplin Time Traveler. Decades before such technology existed, a moment from a Charlie Chaplin comedy has become among the most passionately debated incidents in movie history. Due of what seems to be a person using a device akin to a cell phone. The scene at issue is from the 1928 film The Circus, when a woman can be seen wandering across the backdrop, clutching something to her ear, and seemingly speaking into it, much as with a present cell phone. The oddity of this scene has inspired many theories and much discussion. Since the movie was made decades before cell phones were even considered, the woman was not using such a device. Still, her gestures and the object's appearance will be familiar to modern viewers. Some proponents of the time travel theory claim this provides evidence of a visitor from the future inadvertently caught on camera. They argue that the scenario offers a unique view of a time-bending anomaly, and the woman might have been using a gadget well ahead of its time. Critics have, however, put up alternative ideas. The woman might be carrying a basic hearing aid, which late 1920s crude variants were available for. These devices might assist to explain the gesture, considering their weight and need for near closeness to the ear. Others say the woman might have been concealing her face from the sun or wind, and that the object in her hand could be anything as common as a piece of clothing or a compact mirror. The Charlie Chaplin time traveler remains a mystery even with various attempts to outline the situation. For those who witnessed the clip, an instance of mistaken identification, a stunning optical illusion, or something quite more amazing, it nevertheless creates conversation and wonder. Photo 9. The 1970s Celebrity Doppelgangers. Images of contemporary superstars strikingly similar to historical people have set off a phenomena that has captivated both fans and conspiracy theorists equally. Often referred to as celebrity doppelgangers, this odd trend features photographs of well-known figures today who appear to have twins from decades or even centuries past. The astonishing parallels have spurred wild conjectures ranging from time travel to reincarnation to just the intriguing character of genetic happenstance. Actor Keanu Reeves is among the most well-known cases. He has been likened to 19th-century celebrity Paul Mounet, whose looks remarkably match. Some have even said Reeves might be immortal because of their remarkable similarity. Another such is actress Jennifer Lawrence, whose 1960s doppelganger Egyptian actress Zubaida Tharwat matches her unique face features and expressive eyes. Time travel ideas have been inspired by these visual analogues. Some fans suggest that these superstars might have been well known in prior life, or could have somehow traveled across time, preserving their appearance throughout many decades. Though they are more the product of science fiction than reality, these concepts nonetheless inspire the public. Long fascinated by the phenomena of doppelgangers, they originated in folklore, showing them as omens or indicators of bad fortune. The concept has evolved in current times since digital photography and social media allow one to compare faces across history more easily. Whether it's a straightforward case of genetic coincidence or something more enigmatic, the celebrity doppelganger phenomena emphasizes our continuous curiosity with the future and the potential that history might be more linked than we could know. Photo 8. The Ancient Greek Laptop. Historians and conspiracy theorists alike have taken notice of an antique Greek sculpture that seems to show a human operating a laptop computer. Dating back to approximately 100 BCE, the sculpture depicts a seated person holding something on their lap that remarkably resembles a thin, rectangular device, complete with what appear to be USB ports on the side. This out-of-place appearance has sparked a lot of conjecture and debate over the viability of time travel. A woman is shown in the sculpture, Grav Naiskos, of an enthroned woman with an attendant, sitting on a chair that resembles a throne and having a servant stand next to her. The servant appears to be interacting with the thing in the woman's lap, much the way a modern-day user could with a laptop, but the woman's eyes are fixed on it. Many have been intrigued by the scene, wondering if the Greeks had access to sophisticated technology, or if this is proof of a time traveler apprehended in the act. More realistic interpretations are provided by art historians and archaeologists who speculate that the object might be a shallow chest, a writing tablet made of wax, or a jewelry box, all of which are typical in historical images. These justifications fit the historical setting in which these objects were part of everyday life or burial customs. They contend that the similarity to a laptop is entirely coincidental, and the product of viewers from today superimposing their knowledge of modern technology onto older works. Photo 7. The 1917 cell phone user. A 1917 photo that appears to show a lady using a cell phone, a gadget that wouldn't be created for several decades, has sparked curiosity and discussion. The monochrome photograph, which is a part of a series showing workers leaving a Canadian plant during World War I, features a lady clutching a little rectangular gadget to her ear. Her gesture and stance are uncannily similar to those of someone having a phone conversation. This image immediately strikes you as strange. With the limitations of available technology in 1917, it is hard to imagine someone using a portable communication device. Mobile communication was still the stuff of science fiction, and telephones were big, heavy machines attached to walls. However, the woman's intent expression and the way she is holding the object have generated a lot of conjecture. The image, according to some time travel enthusiasts, might be evidence of a future traveler who was unintentionally seen on camera utilizing a gadget that wasn't meant to be there. They cite the woman's actions and the shape's uniqueness as proof that something exceptional is happening. Conversely, skeptics provide more rational justifications. They speculate that the woman may be clutching a hearing aid, which did exist in the early stages during that time, even if they were rare. Some suggest that the similarity to a contemporary cell phone is just coincidental, and that she might be utilizing a portable mirror or a tiny pocketbook. This photo has become an online sensation because, to the ongoing controversy, which has split many people between those who believe it to be evidence of the impossibility and those who think it is just a case of identity confusion. Regardless of the veracity of the picture, it never fails to captivate viewers by providing a tantalizing peek into the realm of time travel, or, at the absolute least, the peculiar ways in which we perceive history through the prism of contemporary technology. Photo 6. The mummy in modern shoes. Archaeologists and historians are both confused and interested in the find of an ancient mummy, wearing shoes that look like they are from today. The mummy was found in a remote part of Mongolia. It is thought to be more than 1,000 years old and from the Turkic time. An interesting thing about this find is the shoes. The mummy looks like he or she is wearing shoes that look a lot like Adidas boots, with a unique striped pattern. This surprising detail has caused a lot of guesswork and brought up important questions about what the find really is. The effects are huge. If the shoes are really modern, it would mean that someone has traveled through time, or that the whole thing is a huge hoax. The wonder grows when you think about how far away the graveyard was and how it had been left alone for hundreds of years. Another possibility is that the shoes, which look like they are from today, are actually old shoes that look like new ones by accident. According to this idea, the stripes on the shoes might be part of traditional Turkic designs for decoration that people today get wrong. This doesn't fully explain, though, why they look so much like sportswear today. There's also the idea that the mummy may have been messed with recently, either as a joke or on purpose to trick people. In this case, the shoes could have been added to the mummy's outfit after it was found, but before it was formally studied. Both skeptics and conspiracy theorists have also talked about the idea of time travel or even parallel worlds, where modern things might sometimes get lost in the fabric of time. These thoughts are mainly based on guesswork rather than facts, but they add to the mystery and interest of the finding. Researchers and historians are still trying to figure out what the mummy in modern shoes is. It's a mysterious case that makes us think about what time and chance can achieve. Photo 5. The Greta Thunberg Doppelganger. The amazing similarity between a small child in an 1898 picture and contemporary climate campaigner Greta Thunberg has drawn worldwide interest in the image. Taken more than a century ago in the Yukon Territory during the Klondike Gold Rush, the black and white picture depicts three children laboring at a mining site. One of the girls, with her unique braided hair and focused stare, looks somewhat like Thunberg, which fuels a lot of conjecture on reincarnation or time travel. Philosophical to fanciful theories explaining this similarity abound. Some say this could be proof of reincarnation, implying Thunberg might have spent a prior life as this small child and carried on her ardent campaigning spanning several centuries. Others, more drawn to science fiction, consider time travel, where Thunberg or someone else like her would have traveled back in time, leaving a visual trail. The graphic proof is quite striking. Many people wonder about the implications, as the girl's facial structure, haircut, and expression are quite similar to those of Thunberg. Could this be a case of a genetic doppelganger, whereby unrelated people over time exhibit significant physical resemblance? Alternatively, is something more significant under action? Although others dismiss the ideas of reincarnation and time travel as mere coincidence, the picture nevertheless fascinates and starts discussion. It now serves as a reminder of the secrets still surrounding the human experience and a symbol of the mysterious links occasionally emerging between the past and the present. The Greta Thunberg doppelganger picture is ultimately a fascinating and provocative aberration that invites us to ponder the idea of forces and connections spanning time and space. Whether it's a straightforward example of similarity or something far more remarkable, the picture offers a wonderful junction of history, mystery, and imagination. Photo 4. The 1920s Jazz Time Traveler. A picture from a jazz club from the 1920s has perplexed viewers, with the man sporting modern-looking sunglasses, a style that seems out of place given the era. With musicians, dancers, and clients dressed in the distinctive era of the Roaring Twenties, the picture, taken in a bustling jazz club in Harlem, catches the energetic mood of the time. Among them, however, is a man whose sleek, dark sunglasses reflect those worn now, instead of the rounder, smaller eyeglasses common of the era. The peculiarity of this man's look has sparked a variety of hypotheses, especially with relation to time travel. Against flapper dresses, bow ties, and cloche hats, his sunglasses, which have a design and hue more usually connected with the mid to late 20th century, stand apart. Historians, fashionistas, and conspiracy theorists all find great discussion on the picture because of this visual anachronism. Some think that the man might be a time traveler who unintentionally arrived in the 1920s. His modern accessory reveals his actual source. Though fanciful, this notion appeals to a larger curiosity about time travel and the prospect that some oddities in historical records could be proof of such events. Others suggest more ordinary explanations. Though ostensibly modern, the sunglasses were a distinctive or avant-garde design of the time, maybe produced by a forward-looking designer ahead of their time. Alternatively, the picture might have been digitally changed later on to give an otherwise real image some modernism. Photo 3. The Time Traveler's Smartphone in 1962. An amazing 1962 picture shows a man apparently using a device that looks much like a contemporary smartphone. Shot at a busy street market in New York, the picture shows a man in a suit and tie clutching a slim, rectangular gadget to his ear. The form of the device and the man's position imply he is having a conversation, which begs interesting issues concerning its nature. The photo setting is equally fascinating. While technology was developing in 1962, mobile devices with the capacity of modern cell phones were still decades away. The man's look and the object's elegant design challenge the technological standards of the day, which fuels many ideas and arguments. One well-known view holds that the picture proves time travel is possible. This perspective holds that the man might be a time traveler who carried a futuristic gadget, either accidentally or purposefully, into the past. Advocates of this idea contend that the man's casual use of the gadget in a public space and its resemblance to a smartphone point to an abnormality that questions our knowledge of time and technology. On the other hand, some propose that the gadget might be an early experimental piece of technology that resembled contemporary cell phones just superficially. Although no such gadget is known to have existed, the picture might have caught an odd prototype or a piece of technology from another nation that hadn't yet been extensively adopted in the United States. Critics suggest that the object might be something totally else, such a novelty item or a little radio. Still, the strong resemblance to modern cell phones and the odd setting in which it is observed drive rumors. Still a striking picture that challenges us to consider the limits of time and technology. The time traveler's smartphone combines historical interest with speculative creativity. Photo 2. The Gettysburg Time Traveler. Complete with casual clothing and a camera, a Gettysburg Address photograph from 1863 shows a man who remarkably resembles a contemporary visitor. Part of the historic records of President Abraham Lincoln's well-known speech, the picture shows a gathering of onlookers among whom stands a man wearing what looks to be a modern shirt and pants, carrying a camera, like those used today. Given the events of the 19th century, this number is somewhat unusual. The Gettysburg Address was given during a pivotal point in American history, and the presence of someone dressed as a modern tourist seems out of line given the historical context. This anachronism has spurred a range of ideas from misidentification to time travel. According to one view, the person might be a time traveler visiting the event and was unintentionally or purposefully captured on camera. This perspective holds that the man's clothes and camera could be proof of a person from the future, seeing one of the turning points in human history. Other theories put more sensible issues first. Some say the camera could be a piece of period technology, with a design that mimics modern devices, or the subject might be wearing time-appropriate clothes that seem odd to modern eyes. Another option is picture editing or modification, whereby the image may have been changed or misconstrued over time. The Gettysburg Time Traveler still captivates individuals fascinated in historical anomalies, notwithstanding these other ideas. It asks us to rethink time and historical continuity by showing a fascinating junction of past and present. Photo 1. The 1943 Cell Phone User. A 1943 picture depicts a woman carrying an instrument that resembles a current cell phone really remarkably. Taken during World War II, the picture shows the woman in period-appropriate clothing chatting comfortably into a small, rectangular gadget that remarkably resembles today's cell phones. The oddities of this picture are quite remarkable. The idea of a mobile phone was still decades away in 1943. Portable communication devices were not yet developed in that year. The woman's apparent use of such a gadget begs interesting issues regarding its nature and the conditions of the picture. Theories about the picture from the fanciful to the pragmatic. Some suggest that the gadget might be a time-traveling relic left behind someone from the future. According to this view, the picture captures an incident whereby future technology unintentionally collided with the past. Others suggest that the gadget might be a new or experimental piece of technology from the era, maybe a radio or early communication tool that resembles a contemporary cell phone just vaguely. The similarity may be wholly accidental, with the thing serving a different use entirely. Critics contend that the picture might be an example of mistaken identification, whereby the object, a common item of the time, modern viewers misunderstand instead of a cell phone. One cannot also exclude the likelihood of photo modification or mislabeling. Still a topic of interest and controversy, the 1943 cell phone user emphasizes the mysterious ways in which historical photographs could subvert our conception of time and technology. Outro, and there you have it, 15 photos that might just bend the rules of time itself. Which one intrigued you the most? Click on the video popping up on your screen to dive deeper into this mystery. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-bending content.